Welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of my Ender Resurrection series inspection. So far everything's looked pretty good. Just giving the motherboard a look over. Looking for any kind of scorching, carbon, anything that looks like it might have burned or done something it shouldn't have. So far everything looks pretty good. You want to make sure you look at this stuff really well. This Ender 6 is very interesting. I had to add a USB here. I'm going to run Clipper on this eventually. It doesn't have a USB port external. Fuse looks good. Power lines look good. It's our power supply. This all looks good. Switches. Everything looks good. So this is my Z-axis, and as you can see there's a nice chunk taken out of one of the rails. The wheel will feel this, so I'm going to have to, I think I'm just going to end up flipping it, taking it all apart and just moving this to the other side. The rails are basically the same, they're just mirrors of each other. I think this probably happened in, shipping. But yeah, I should just be able to flip it. Down at the bottom it won't be a problem. But up here at the top, that's going to be a problem. We'll see. So flipping it worked out. It's at the very end of the travel. I don't think it'll even reach this point. And the way this works is the bed drops, so it really won't be a problem here. So that worked out nice. Yeah, you can see it right there at the very end of its travel. Good deal. So this is the extruder. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but the connector is actually broken and the pin was bent. I got everything back together. This pin was bent. I got it all back together, but this has only been a hardware inspection. I haven't applied power to anything yet, so we'll have to see on this one. This is my Z end-stop pin. You can see in the video here, it's kind of still bent, but I straightened it out. It was like a boomerang. So I think it'll work. We'll give it a go. I don't think it'll cause any problems like this. And you can't buy them separately. You got to buy like 8 of them. So I'll try this one out. If not, I'll replace it. So this part's cooling fan that was on here has seen better days. It looks like it's been dragged into something, melted. I don't know. It's just having a rough time. Luckily, Creality gives you the STL for this, and I just printed out a new one because, like I said, this one isn't going to work at all. I mean, it looks like it's had a hard life. Here's the new one. It printed out really nice. That's what it should look like. We'll see how it works out. I'll get it installed. So in my first video I said that I'd purchased this as a broken machine. Well, this is why. Here's how it sits. This is part of the Z-axis. This is your anti-backlash nut, trapezoidal nut. It's 2 pieces, it's a weird design. Part of it's plastic, has this brass sleeve. But anyway, as you can see, it's way cracked. It won't support anything. The Z wouldn't work at all. You can see it's really, really cracked. And this thing is like trying to find unicorn's teeth. I ended up finding one in China. It's probably going to be a month or so before I actually get it. Once I do though, then I'll put the machine together, but until then I'm kind of waiting on this part. But that was why it's broken. So all in all, I'm fairly happy with this purchase, especially for the price I got. I think it's going to be a great machine once I actually get it back together. Everything's been looked over, gone over. Everything's good to go, other than the couple things I mentioned on here. The next time you see it, it'll be all put together. Happy printing.